Second grade, today we're going to make three-dimensional paper quilled flowers. So you are going to be able to choose two 6x6 squares of colored paper. At your seat you have a roll of tape and you have a plastic plate. You're also going to have a strip, a rectangle that's smaller like this. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to decide what is going to be the back petals of your flower. So that back petaled part of your project is going to be tracing the plastic plate. So the plate fits almost exactly, so you're just going to take and hold it down with your left hand and go around the edges. As you make that circle, I want you to put your name right in the middle, and second grade and your teacher's initial. The second piece is you're going to take a roll of tape, which is smaller, and you're going to trace that as well. And then you're going to put your name on here in case we don't get too far, but you should get too far. And just like so, have it all penciled out. So, you're sharing the plate and the tape with other people. What we're going to do is learn how to make this into petals. So what I want you to do is along the edge of the circle, I just want you to do a series of like V's. Maybe about 2 thumb lengths and then another V about 2 inches wide. I'm not going too far down, just going around the circle and adding the letter V. I'm going to kind of zoom in so you can see. Oops, wrong direction. Here we go. Just like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut this out. So as you're cutting, you can kind of cut off the corners of your paper first. Makes it a little easier so that your back flower stays this size. And then you're going to go in and you can kind of either turn the paper or you can kind of chop in one direction and then the other. It depends if you want square petals or rounded petals. If you want your petals to be a little bit more rounded, you can kind of trim that into a round section there. So as you're going around, you're cutting those V's out to make a giant colored part of your flower. Then what I want you to do is actually flip this one over so that the name is on the back. So I have all of those little petals. Looks like I missed one. And then flip that over. You're going to do the same thing with your smaller flower. Add in small V's all the way around. And then you're going to cut this flower out as well, cutting the circle so that the flower stays this size. And then you're going to go around and make petals on this one. You can shape the flowers any way you want, the petals, if you don't like them so square, so that yours looks different from the person next to you. After all your petals are cut out, you are going to take and put glue on the side with pencil. Whenever you're making a paper craft, you may use pencil to kind of plan things out. But you never want the pencil to show. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue. Whenever I glue, I take the tip and I actually scrape it against the paper, and that controls your glue amounts. And you're going to go ahead and attach that to the back flower. The next part that we're going to make is this part here that stands up and is all frilly. You are going to make tabs along the edge. So I'm just going to cut little slits all the way around the outside. And you want the tabs to be kind of across from each other. Just giving it a little snip. Then what you're going to do is put a little bit of glue on one side. And then you're going to roll it into a cylinder. You're going to hold the cylinder until this sticks. So the less glue, the better, because if you put too much glue, it takes too long to dry. And then you're going to take those tabs and you're going to bend them back. Oops, it popped open. I got to stick it back in. So as I'm holding this and bending my tabs, if your tabs are too far apart, you can always kind of cut more it'll loosen it up and make it more round. Kind of bending those back. What we're going to do is add it to the center here. So what I'm going to add glue again is just a small amount to each little tab. And then I'm going to stick it down. Once it has stuck down, you can shape these into rounded sections by just kind of curling it around so it looks like a round petal. Or, in this case, I added fringe by just snipping. Or you can do both if you'd like. Once you have your entire flower done for today, you're going to put it on the drying rack. Make sure your name and two and your teacher's initials are on there. Everything's all stuck together. If you find a piece that you don't like, say you don't like that extra tab hanging off there, you can kind of snip and get rid of it. And that's where we're going to stop for today. The next time we're together, I will teach you how to do the actual quilling that we've learned about from looking at quilling artwork. All right, thank you so much for listening.